And so here I am in this divine revelation, and I am taken to a place. It's a different kind of place, but it's a place. And there are cars in this place. And suddenly, in between two cars, I go there, and there is a portal to Hades. So I am absorbed down into Hades. And that is where I saw that Hades is not, quote unquote, dark without visual light as you think. It's light. There is light. Visual light. The darkness in Hades is not about the visual light. It's about the works that happen there. And here I was taken down into this realm. And as I walked into this great hall, here was the manifestation of Satan. In the similitude of Hellboy, which if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Tall giant. His skin sort of like clayish color, just as Adam is described. Formed from the dust of the earth, with his horns. And in his hand, what matters most is not how he looks. Who cares? We know what he does. What is in his hands are documents. And then he says to me, listen, husbands, this is for husbands. He says to me, you need the finances. Why don't you step away from your wife? And it is yours. Why is he asking me to step away from the woman? Apart from the fact that he is unable to gain access to her while I am present. The authority of a husband in Christ. I want to tell a husband who is watching and listening something, that don't look at me like I am something great. I am nothing. There is something about marrying the wife God has ordained for you that gives you some special grace. Otherwise, Adam would have been mad that his wife has caused him to lose his immortality. But he stayed with her. So it's not me. It is Christ's formation in me. And what I went through for that formation, you must know that you don't know. But it was done so that he will be formed in me. His formation is with meekness. That authority is with meekness. He said, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden. I'll give you rest. Learn of me. I am meek and lowly of heart. Then you will find rest unto your soul. I declined Hellboy's offer. I said, to hell with you. I didn't say that, but that's just for fun. He's already in hell, so that's sort of double jeopardy. But you see, I am not only a prophet of the Lord, I am an apostle of the Lord. There is a reason why the Lord in this season has emphasized me being introduced as a prophet to the nations. It's intentional. But make no mistake, I am not just a prophet of the Lord. And I am actually not just an apostle of the Lord. There is a higher office, it's a different class. It's called sonship. So when we put the Paul Eson Consulting roll-up stand here, you will see my purpose written there. Divine purpose is to be an example of sonship to the world and the nations. Sonship is simply Ephesians 4. It says that we may grow into the full stature of the knowledge of Christ. That is sonship. That is where Paul talks about in Romans chapter 8 that the whole of creation awaits the manifestation of the sons of God. These are heirs. You are your father's son. You are your father's daughter. You wield the authority of your father. No, I refuse to just be a prophet. Because the things I have gone through, I have met a lot of prophets. They have not gone through it. And one thing I always say is that Apostle Paul, I respect him and I love him. And I've had an encounter with him. And he played with me teasingly. He asked me, who is greater, you or me? Because he had to pray for me. So he asked me teasingly, who is greater, you or me? Then I answered him a funny way. We both laughed. Then I knelt down and he prayed for me. You see where I told you from day one, the Lord made us talk about who do you receive from and limitation. If I say I receive from Apostle Paul, somebody has a problem, that's their problem. The evidence of what I have received is what I am doing. No man can receive anything except it is given by heaven. If you want to receive only from men, you will receive only from men. But these men are, the Bible says, they are just men made perfect. The spirit of just men made perfect. Hebrews chapter 12. If you want to continue to receive from men who are imperfect, that's good for you. I have received from men who have been made just. Yes, I've received from men who are on this earth, but I have gone past that. That's Hebrews chapter 6. It says, after you lay the foundation, move on to perfection. Move on to perfection. Grow. Husbands need to grow. Meanwhile, all opportunities, year after year, this project wasn't my only client. I had clients who were giving me money every year. I had services I provide, renewables. Every year I knew a certain amount of money will come to me, even if I don't work, because I'm providing renewable services. Year after year, a chunk of it will be lost. Year after year. So from the year after marriage, some gone, another one the next year, then another one. So within about 3-4 years, all of it was, and then just one was left. Some 1 or 2, then here and there. And God wanted to teach me to work for him, to use the things he had given me the ability to study and learn to serve his church. Because I was all about business. Oh, you are software, great. You have a church, wonderful. I have software, let's talk. But I'm collecting money. It's not free. It's intellectual property. That was my attitude. But God wanted me to become a man, a steward like Joseph. That was his wisdom. That he can give me the church. All the churches. When you look at Paul Eson Consulting, it's not by chance that we are now, the services of Paul Eson Consulting is providing services to all the churches and the nations. It's not talk. It's the capacity God has built in me. It's the capacity. But I had to surrender it all to Jesus. For him to teach me how he will reward me, how he will take care of me, and all that. Yeah, and he didn't show all of that to me before I gave it all up. No, it's a journey of faith. Talking to husbands who are called into marriage and are married and are called in marriage. or were called before they got married. Whichever way you want to see it, you are the called of the Lord, and you are married, or you will marry if you are unmarried and you are sitting here. So I declined Satan's offer. And so, yeah. And then we will go through all manner of things in the home. Disagreements, whatever. I mean, this is atypical of a couple. Disagreements, quarrels, disagreements. That's a different level of conversation. Intense, not gentle. But in those seasons, the Lord was showing me the authority of the perfect man. You see, when you've seen the authority of the perfect man, Jesus Christ, you desire to be shaped and formed as he is, so that you can wield the same authority. And so even the doctrine of salvation that I understood up until that point, or the mikumu deeper, the Lord introduced me to understanding the book of Romans. When Paul talks about things like, what is it to you if God wills you as a clay? What is it to you? Are you the one who's going to tell the potter how he should shape you and all that? You see, that gives you a deeper understanding of salvation, because you realize that it's not of him that will it, not of him that run it, but of God that show it mercy.